Family, I'm back again. Before I start my video, let me put these two things in here. A lot of black Americans don't really like West Indians. I'm a West Indian. A lot of black Americans don't like West Indians and say we cannot get no reparations as West Indians, but they can know the history. The first slave that came from Barbados went to South Carolina. South Carolina. And right now we have a town in South Carolina strictly for Bacons. We call Barbadians. We have people there from slave days that moved there and have governors that day in South Carolina. So black Americans can know the history. A lot of slaves from Barbados came to South Carolina, settled there as slaves, and they build South Carolina and have their own mayors and congressmen in South Carolina. If you go to South Carolina, have a bacon community there in South Carolina. We go there every year and celebrate it. So black Americans understand the history. Don't keep saying that West Indians cannot get no reparations because we didn't born here. We don't have to born here. Our ancestors came here and were slaves here in South Carolina. So get it fucking straight. Get it fucking straight. Know your history and don't just talk bullshit. Anyway, folks, here's some more clips for you so you can learn some history. Hang on, folks.
It is kind of jacked up to find out that, people around the globe thought that African Americans were immigrants. That's pretty jacked up. Like, all this time y'all thought we were immigrants? I don't understand even why people would think that, because here you have the whole Caribbean, the whole South America.
We don't think that.
We have North America right here.
We don't think that. We know better. We know better.
I mean, everybody else is cool. You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans are Jamaicans, Haitians are Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Why on earth would people think that we are immigrants when we got over here before the founding of the country? Why in the world would people think that we're immigrants? African Americans, I mean. Okay? That is so weird. Like, and to see how it actually affected how they voted.
Piggybacking from these two kids here, these twin kids from Nigeria, from Kenya, sorry, from Kenya.
This really opened up a can of worms right here.
Let me make one thing real clear. This ain't about injunctions. This is about erasing the 14th Amendment with a smile. We thought the courts were supposed to be the last line of defense, the place where liberty stands tall even when presidents go rogue. But on Friday, in a 6-3 decision straight down party lines, the Supreme Court told us, nah, we good. They let Trump sneak his foot in the door to cancel birthright citizenship. And they dressed it up in legal jargon about equity and injunctions. Oh, but don't get distracted. The real target was always your rights, especially if you was born with brown skin, immigrant parents, or ancestors who came here in chains rather than visas. For a second, it looked like the lower courts might hold the line, right? 3 federal judges had already slapped Trump's executive orders down with nationwide injunctions, telling him loud and clear, you can't just rewrite the Constitution because you feel like it. Immigrant groups were celebrating. 22 states stood up in court. Even the appellate courts said, let this play out. Then SCOTUS slid in like a repo man in the night. Instead of ruling on whether Trump's executive order was flat out unconstitutional, which it was, they sidestepped it and went for the technical foul.
So wait, people really thought that African Americans were immigrants? Yeah, I know y'all lying. Don't immigrants go like on their own? They go to a particular country on their own accord, because they may be trying to get away from whatever. We ain't come here because we wanted to be here. We still don't want to be here.
True that.
Yeah, we hoping that they may pull us out and send us somewhere. Well, what do y'all mean y'all thought we were immigrants? Immigrants? What? Y'all know the story of how we got here? Do that make sense? Like, this world is so disillusioned about African Americans. We're descendants of Africa. But we've been here for hundreds of years.
For real.
We're not first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation. Like, we've been here.
For hundreds of years.
The foundation of this country is built by African Americans. And we didn't come here because we want to be here. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all thought we were immigrants. Immigrants? Ooh, where? Immigrants? I got papers to prove I ain't no immigrant.
Y'all know when Latinos and Hispanics be like, Black Americans are next? They really thought that Black Americans are immigrants. And that explains why they voted the way they voted. They try to get us up out of here. But I gotta say to the Latino community, not only did your ESL classes, but the American educational system failed you tremendously. Because Black Americans are not immigrants and we're not going anywhere. And this is how ill-informed they are. They really think because they're in the middle between black and white that they're white adjacent, when that's far from the truth. It's only 3 categories that's broken down in this country. You have white Americans, you have non-whites, and you have Black Americans. The people in the middle, y'all just extras in this movie. The main characters are the white Americans and the Black Americans, and sometimes the Native Americans make a guest appearance. This country spent too much money, trillions of dollars, in painting Black people as the bad guys. That's the default.
True that.
To even get rid of Black Americans.
True that.
As sad as that may sound. And you know who's catching on quick, who's learning the game real quick? Africans and Caribbeans. That's why they're cosplaying as Black Americans. They're not cosplaying as Black Americans to trick us, Black Americans. They're doing it to trick white Americans because they don't want to be deported.
So I'm gonna throw my hat in this too and just say that I agree with all of the Black creators that are saying that all of these other folk thought that Black Americans were immigrants, and that when they was voting for Trump, they thought that we would be deported, and that does have something to do with why they keep saying that we're next, because they don't quite understand that we are not immigrants. Okay, the last time in American history that they tried to send Black people back to Africa, okay, was in the 1800s. Okay, this was after emancipation, when they were like, hey, you know, those of you that want to stay here, y'all can stay here. And then those of you who want to leave, here's $100. That's what they gave them at the time, was $100, and y'all can leave. Okay, and some of them went over to Liberia, and some of them went to the Bahamas. The Gullah Geechee went to the Bahamas. Okay, some of them, not all of them. A lot of them still sitting in Charleston, still sitting on the Sea Islands right now. Okay, so I think they didn't understand that. I realized further that they didn't understand that when they decided that the community they was gonna come to ask for support in this here immigration shindig was the Black community, when we know the absolute least about immigration. Like, we don't even know anything about it. We don't know how the laws work. We don't know none of that. We don't have any experience with it at all.
So Latinos, y'all thought we was immigrants? So you mean to tell me y'all thought we was just over here chilling?
Let me put this last thing in here. If you know your history, you know that if you look at Africa, you can see Africa fit right in between America and South America. That means it was one continent before. It was one continent, one man last. You got to walk from Africa straight to America. That's why you have a lot of artifacts and a lot of pyramids and African statues and African hieroglyphics here in America, because it was one landmass. Remember I posted a video before, people that walk from Iraq straight here, they walk from Iraq straight into America on the ground, because it's one landmass. So there's no illegal people on stolen property. We all was here long before anything existed. We were the first people on the planet. We were here long before white, Chinese. As a matter of fact, the really Chinese are black. So we were the first. So we're not illegal here. We're not illegal in no stolen land. So folks, know your history, especially Black Americans that don't like West Indians. See, that's what we call separation. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We all are friggin' black. We all are black. Whether from Caribbean or whether from China, there's all black people. If you're the original, we all are black. So stop the bullshit. Let's see the trying to divide us. That's what also trying to divide us. Let's stay together as one and fight the system. Don't fight each other. Fight the system. Much love. Peace out.
How some cultures was saying that African Americans are next when it comes to getting deported. Not I think anybody should be getting deported, but I think that's actually crazy to even think like something like that can happen, because it kind of goes to show how much y'all really know about African American culture in America, and that actually African American is literally just a label. It doesn't really speak to our lineage or where we're from, because whether you know it or not, most of us have Caucasian ancestors. If you know about how we got to this point in this country,
That comes from slavery.
a lot of our great grandmothers did not have the option on, you know what I'm saying, who they had children with. So a lot of
That
us
come from
actually
slavery,
have
though.
mixed and white grandparents.
That come from
And
slavery.
I'm pretty sure all the other
That
Black
was
Americans
forced on us.
here
Forced on
and
us.
speak to that as well.
That wasn't
Not
willing.
only
We've been doing that
Native
willingly.
American
That was forced.
grandparents, Native Americans who were actually Black indigenous people grandparents. So in order for them to deport us, it's kind of like they gotta pull the thorn out of their own eye first. Because if we really got into our bag and got into our lineage, if they gonna deport us, they gotta deport themselves too.
What do you mean y'all thought we were immigrants? Y'all thought
Hi,
Black
folks.
people, Black Americans.